Dr. Mary Renzel here, coming to you with my coffee. Let's do this. I'm stuck. This is what I hear all the time. I'm stuck. I have no time for anything new. I'm so stuck. Okay, so I'm a neuroimmunologist. I'm a coach. I'm a business founder. You're not stuck. It's just your neurotransmitters and your neuroenzymes. Some people have a set point that as soon as they want something, they go get it. Some people are the thinkers. So they pause for a long time and they think and think and think. All right, so that's just your neurotransmitters. Okay, that's fine. So that's what it is. So guess what? Confidence and action are learned and practiced. So you can keep learning and practicing these things, right? So the first thing to know, when your brain is telling you that story, I'm stuck, I have nothing, I'm toast, just say, thank you, neurotransmitters. It sounds like you need some TLC. I call that tender, loving care, okay? It's like building a hammock of support for the brain. So when you ask the brain to do something new, you have to give it some new energy. It's like a plant or a garden. You can't just throw it in the cement and think something's going to happen, right? You have to give it some support, right? So how do you do it? What does the brain need? Well, this is what I do. So I have a course called Synapse, and I'm glad to walk you through it. And it just helps you to synapse everything you need to really bloom, right? Like to really get to your fullest potential, because you got this, right? So the first thing, when you're stuck, thank you, neurotransmitters. Sounds like you're tired, you're full. I know that confidence is learned and practiced, so no problem. And I know I have a certain set of neurotransmitters and enzymes that keep me either just like going toward things or just kind of pausing a bit, right? So thank you. That's what's happening, right? You can say that. The next thing is you have to acknowledge that the brain needs energy to change. You can't expect to start learning something new, try something new without giving your brain some more support, right? So the brain is small. It's only a couple pounds, but it needs a lot of metabolic energy. So it takes a lot of our nutrients. It needs sleep. It needs all those kind of things, right? So that's our hammock that we can build for the brain. And I'm glad to help you with the details with that. So number one, acknowledge that change needs energy. Two, your brain needs a hammock of support, right? Just a lovely hammock for it to rest on because it does so much all day. It works 24/7, right? Third, is you need to set a metric. So when you're going to change, you're going to try something new. It's like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this one thing. I'm going to see how it goes. And if you need to adjust, then adjust, right? So you can either pivot and say, no, this didn't work. I'm going to try something else, or just keep going, persevere. Those are your options, right? So you have to acknowledge that learning is vulnerable. So learning, you will have some emotions about things, right? So some things will go well, some things will not go well. That's okay, right? So let's go again. So if you want to change and you feel stuck, it's your neurotransmitters, your neuroenzymes, and you have to give your brain some new energy, right? So you have to give it support, right? You have to try one thing, set a metric. What am I going to watch? And then see how it goes, and then reiterate, right? So if you tried, I don't know, you were going to try, make one video for your business, or you're going to even look at how to start a business, or you were going to start to exercise, you're going to try to eat healthy, you're going to set one metric, right? And then you're going to watch that and say, okay, I hit it or I didn't hit it. You're going to check it at the end of the week. It didn't go well or it went well. I'm going to keep going, or I'm going to do something different. So remember, we're always learning, and the brain can support you in learning. It just needs a hammock of support itself, right? So it's a two-way street. The next thing is to build a growth team so that you keep people around you that are a couple steps ahead of you where you want to go. So if you're trying to learn something new, or you're, like you said, you're stuck, you don't know your next professional step, or it's really hard, you're not feeling great, and you need some support, and how do you make all of this work? Like, I have 4 kids, and I would reach out to people like, how did you do this with kids and work? And so I would reach out to people who are a little bit ahead of me and then learn from them, right? And so a lot of times you ask people just for 10 minutes of coffee or tea, can I just pick your brain, or can we chat for 10 minutes? Most people are fine with that. They can give you 10 minutes. And make sure you stick to the 10 minutes. So if you say, oh, I see the clock is going and I appreciate your time, and just move on or set up another time to talk. So if you keep people around you that are doing something you want to do, you will naturally pick up on some of those activities, because brains, like, we mirror each other, right? So we can mirror each other. And when we do that, we want to make sure that we're keeping people around us we want to mirror, right? So we want to be like them, right, guys? You got this. Okay, so change needs new energy. So the reason you're feeling stuck is you need to support your brain with a hammock of support, right? You need to try one new thing at a time, watch it, see if it works. If not, change it. And then you need to build a growth team, right? So all of that works. Reach out. I'm glad to support you through this. Imagine if you had the confidence to go ahead. You know that confidence is also learned and practiced. So we don't just, a lot of us are just not born with confidence. We have to keep practicing it. Imagine if your creativity is soaring. Imagine if you just have a clear path, right? And you just feel like you're blooming, like, okay, I got this, right? Reach out, guys.